All right. Where is... Okay, let's go into draft view. As we head in, and I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom, as we head into our first draft today. They are my sponsor now, and I really appreciate that, and really appreciate them, and really appreciate what they do for the commerce of the Magic community. They lead the way in pricing on both sides of buy and sell, and they lead the way in shipping speed and customer service and extra cool stuff in your packages, and they have the best game stores on the planet. So all told, a company I can get behind. Thank you, Card Kingdom. What's going on here? Never seen this before after clicking the draft button. A little weird. Prison Realm looks like the best card are Saheeli, Dread Horde is our gem-based pick, heading towards gems, and it's a build-around. We could take this and potentially build around it. I'm not against taking the best card here either, though. What would that be for you? There's Larun, which is also a very good common. A lot of white cards in the pack, which both means that bots downstream might get into white, but it also means that a good white card is likely to wheel from this pack with Light Shield, Populous, Lynx, and Enforcer all being very playable. I'm going to test voting, see if that works. Nope. Oh, Deckmaster, how we miss voting. Oh, Avian Eternal? I can't see starting with Avian Eternal. Stratic, you want to avoid white? Well, then what about Saheeli if you're looking to avoid white? I mean, I'm with you. I like blue a lot, but this is quite a flexible pick. Although it does kind of makes you want to be in red blue. CFB has it as second best uncommon. Yeah. Curious why you want to avoid Stratic. You've had no success with white. I don't have any color preferences really yet, except I guess maybe by exclusion. Like I've been playing a lot of green black, which I like, and I've been playing a lot of blue, and so suddenly, yeah, I guess the white is anyway. You should make a pick here. I'm not sure either. It's a better builder. Like Saheeli can be built around early and is really fun to build around. Let's take Saheeli.
Prepare to marvel at my masterpieces.
See where that goes. Take Karn for gems and also potential. I don't think you can really build around Karn though. Not super effectively. I guess if you get, I guess Luis was saying, you know, if you do end up with a bunch of reasonably playable but unexciting artifacts, you can put them in your board, and then this becomes a very weird, clunky draw. Omnicron likes plating, so good. But I see Epiphany. I like Epiphany over plating if we're gonna do that. I kind of want the rare, but let's go for wins today. I want this account to not bottom out, so I'm going to give it its maximum chance to win. Just trying to stay. I'm not sure if the long-term gem calculus is correct, but as we lower our gem count here, I do want to see if we can keep up the wins. So yeah, Epiphany there. Now what though? There's Heartfire. It's too early for a Heartfire. Transmutation is so-so. Trusted Pegasus is good if we ended up back in kind of a Skies deck. I think that's better than like a Mayhem Devil. Let's take the Pegasus. Semi-removal is still removal, but that implies that obviously take the removal or whatever, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I think semi-removal should be taken later. I like doing that. Erratic Visionary. I don't like where this is headed, though. What are we doing here? We could take 10th District Legionnaire, and then we'd have Pegasus, Saheeli, and 10th District, although Saheeli is not, like, really works with 10th District. I don't know where I'm going with this one. This doesn't feel like any... I guess this is still the strongest core. We could take Honor. Yeah, Omnicron. Hey, Queen. We could take this. It's not the worst. The Amass one makes it real, but it's a little clunky. I have been... Thank you for the sub, Queen. I have been... I'll say this. I've been very happy to see my opponents cast this, especially on turn 3. Like, yeah, so we'll take it, but I don't think it's great as a 4th pick, if I'm honest. And here we have Spark Harvest. Is that enough of a signal to pick up that over something solid in blue like Dam Breaker or Sky Theater? Sky Theater Strix continues to surprise me when I get it into play. It can feel a little weak sometimes, but man, when you can threaten a sudden big turn with a Sky Strix, it can really matter. So yeah, I've talked myself into it. Rather than veer towards black, let's continue on this path we've got going here. Which means this is probably not part of our plans anymore. Time Twist is... I like the first one. I've gotten... when I play 2 and they both show up early, it's a little bit awkward. But... Topple is playable. Well, I mean, playable is a pretty low bar. Topple draws a card for 3 mana, so you're not going to have to work too hard to convince me that it's playable, but I don't know how good it is. But maybe it, like, taps down their Planeswalker defense and you get to kind of kill a Planeswalker with an attack and draw a card or something. I could see that. I kind of want that maybe more out of the board. Good morning, Draconis. How are you? Yeah, that's a good point. You do end up with a lot of extra throwaways with Saheeli. I just don't want too many of either of these is the problem, right? And there's nothing else here, though. So with that thought, I'll go ahead and take the Heartfire. I like that. There's another Honor, which I guess we take over a Totally Lost. You can pick... I've been liking this more. There are some things that you really want to... de-counter sometimes. And maybe first Totally Lost over second Honor. Although I feel like we're going to end up with more of these than we want to play. I don't know. And there you go. I already wish I had taken the second Honor. Yeah, put on top to Mills. Another good point, especially if we end up with something like Ashiok. Invading Manticore's fine. Bolt Bend is more for the board, but we'll pick it up here. Okay, cool. You know where to find me. I just don't want too many of these either, though, Stratic. That's the thing. Like, I don't think I'd be happy to play a second one, so that's one part of my motivation there in that choice. It's not the wheel spinning I want to do in Saheeli's name, you know? I want to wheel spin on 2 mana. Iron Bully. Possibly playable here. Vault Progress. Might play it main, but I like to start that in the board if possible. I wonder if... I've been wondering if there's like a Sarkhan's Crisis, Heartfire, just all in to your face deck. I mean, it's easier. Forget Heartfire goes to the face, and they go super late. Like, it just feels like you could have the 10 Lava Axe spells deck, you know? I don't know. Maybe we'll end up there at some point. Yeah, Catharsis is face. It's just not creature. That's why I don't like it main. I tend to only want to main deck things that get creatures. For our deck, we would probably want Pyrohelix over No Escape, but I'm never passing Mythics, basically. Like, there's some calculus in the rares versus win percentage that can make some edge decisions for a high win rate player in terms of gem drafting, but it's hard to come up with some calculus that says this isn't a good gem pick if you intend to get 4x of everything. We could even go and craft Gideon. Yeah, let's go do that. We'll take
path.
Before I forget. Oh, there's Casmina. That's awesome. Well, like Jaya's greeting, but ding ding. I'll remember it. We'll go craft in a minute. Ooh. Oh, sorry. I was hoping that I saw the casting cost, and in my head I thought it was going to be the 3 damage spell. This still may be the pick, but it's not as exciting as that. We could take Tybalt or another Strix. A single Visionary is nice too. The looting is real at the end of a game. Although I find red-blue also tends to be very mana hungry, so you don't mind piling up the lands, and really card draw is more important to me than looting. But yeah, Casmina is just gasoline. Let's go ahead and take Invade the City and see if we can keep leaning towards this. Oh, you want to take Tybalt? Tybalt's like Stratix insisting on Tybalt. You think this will wheel? Maybe. Yeah, it is double 2-color. I've been not super impressed by Tybalt, but yeah, okay. Again with the Heartfire. All right, maybe we'll end up in the 17 Heartfire deck. All right, we'll look towards taking more Heartfires than usual. Here's another Lava Axe. Don't think we're splashing, so I'm not looking at a Plaza. Lava Axe are totally lost. 2 different 5-mana instants we can consider. And you like the wall? Omnicron? Omencron? I don't. I love it when my opponents play this. Makes me feel so good. Maybe I'm wrong about it. I'm certainly wrong about many things, but I do take the approach Marshall Sutcliffe always talks about when he's not sure about a card. Like, he's like, I want it to beat me. I want to have the feeling of my opponent plays this and I go, darn, that's trouble, frustrating, right? And I've just never had that feeling about the card. Yeah, we can take Plaza on the possibility of a splash. Maybe you're right. I was thinking, like, we're nowhere near a splash, but also with this set, you might suddenly really want one. So we'll take this on the suddenly really want a splash possibility, but currently not expecting to play it. Here, I like the Strix over, another 5. Bond of Passion. Right. This is the uncommon... Steal a creature. It's a sorcery, but I don't think we're doing this over just a weird or getting this second Pharaoh or the Dam Breaker. But I think we go with the weird. Meme value, and it works with the deck too. Here we go. Narset does as well. Getting a little heavy on the Planeswalkers and maybe a little light on the defense, so I'm really wanting to get more... Like, Heartfire is all well and good, but give me some Jaya's Greetings or whatever. Let's get some
my prowess is
some ways to defend early. Well, this is a good sign that maybe that other one will wheel. And I think we'll take this over Blind Blast, although this does help with that. This is a spell that that does do some damage. Because Stratic told me not to, Vaporkin. You mean today? Because the blue and red flew. Past tense of flowed. Flew. No Escape or another invading Manticore. Manticore's not bad on the ground. We're pretty stacked at 3. I don't think we're playing this bully. Yeah, I think we take the counterspell. Which limited format is best for someone new to drafting? Probably not this one, actually, but I'm not sure what's available to you. You know, if you're playing on Arena, you only you're very much limited in your choices. I like Omicron's suggestion of sealed, although there's different problems there. Arena drafting is actually a great place for a new player, if I may pause for a second here, because of exactly what I'm doing. Like, you can take as long as you want on these picks, and even though it's a complicated format, at least I think it's so important for a new player to not have the pressure of a pick clock, which is why I do like Omicron's suggestion of sealed, because it doesn't have a pick clock. But it is also super difficult to evaluate 6 booster packs for sealed. This format might actually be, like, Sealed War might be a good place to start with your limited, because you're going to be so rare driven that it'll be pretty easy to look at your rares, sense which are most powerful, and just kind of build a deck around that. But in terms of learning to draft, Arena is a good place to learn to draft, but you don't have that many choices. You either have the latest set, best of 3, or you have ranked best of 1, whatever the ranked format is. If you just want to hang out and wait for the best set for you to, the lowest on-ramp, that would probably be M19, but I don't think they're going to bring that back anytime soon. They had it fairly recently, and it's not very popular, so it would surprise me if that was on the calendar. But there is a calendar as well that you can check out. But I do recommend, like, I think some of the best things that a newer drafter can do is watch people like me, watch draft videos. Yeah, it doesn't go very far in the future, Zach, but it goes a little bit. But basically, watching someone who's drafted a ton draft is like free practice. Krenko is absurd if you can support him. And sometimes that just means allowing him to attack on turn 4. Ungrath is great. Rescuer Sphinx is great. Like, really, it's about whether I think Rescuer Sphinx or Krenko is better for us. Yeah, Krenko's a beast. So is Rescuer. Rescuer Sphinx is more consistently solid to great, you know, whereas Krenko is like, oops, didn't do anything this game, to oh my god, busted, right? Paying with gold versus gems doesn't really matter. Like, either if you can pay with gold, you should, and if you can't, then you pay with gems. That's the with limited. He's a beast, he's a goblin. Yeah, thanks you for your sharp help there, Zach. We'll give Krenko a try. It's also gems. Another Strix. Yeah, this is where I would love, like, this is where I wanted a Jaya's Greeting. Like, give me a Jaya's Greeting here. We'd probably take a third Strix, but really wanted a greeting here. I'm going to take this. Yeah, we can see the curve. My a little bit, there you go. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. Yeah, I don't know if we want a bunch of manticores. I'm gonna I want actually one of the 5/6 proliferates. Thanks for the sub, Zach. Oh, you gifted. Thanks for the sub, Nantuko. Bring that deadbeat out of the gutter. All right, we're taking the Strix. Here we go. This is what I thought we were getting last time, and now we get it this time. Hooray. Tybalt's throwing a party, and we're all invited. But I wonder if we want to just grab a Miser's Sprint. It's not the worst. It's not a great combat trick, but it does give a bump to toughness that can allow it to eke out a win in combat. And then in the situations where we can combo with Krenko, either they've attacked and on turn 4 we go Krenko sprint, or just, yeah. So let's try that. I've talked myself into it. Well, we take Rager though, because like we might wheel this, and Rager is actually good at the 2s, right? I've talked myself into wanting a sprint, but I think we take the Rager and try to wheel this or pick up another one. I have talked myself into wanting a sprint though, so we'll see if we can pick one up. Here's a 6 that I want to pick up. There's another Invade the City. The other we've had 2, and they've both wheeled, or they've been very late. You like Assault Team? Voting. Voting, you can click on it, but I can't see a result. So, like, you can click and it circles it, but I don't get to. There's nothing that shows me a total. Or, you know, again, if it's working elsewhere, let me know. But yeah, my feeling is that for a spells deck, and now that we have Rouse Outburst, I kind of want the weird. Chain Whip is not really what this deck is about. In some respects, it seems like Dovin might be, but I really don't think he is. I'm more interested in the Veto. And even that is not, I mean, that's just a hard to cast negate, right? So, I don't know. I don't think we're playing any of this. Yeah, I could take Plaza in case by some chance we get something we want to splash, but we're not going to fix with Plaza. So, but I'll take it in case by chance there's something that we actually want to play coming up. But I really think we're not going to be running these. And I guess another Strix. Oh, I gotta go craft before I forget. Let's see, we have 3 rares and 3 mythic rares, so might as well, like, I like... so, I've said that I don't think that it matters too much to us, since we're gonna hopefully 4x the set by the end of this format. At the very least, we managed to 4x the previous set on free-to-play, so we're hoping that we manage to do that again. And in that case, it doesn't really matter when we convert wild cards into rares, but if you were someone who ends up with, you know, 3 rares and 3 mythics here and there and don't draft too often, but all you want to do is draft, this is what you want to do. We're going to go and check Krenko and Gideon and craft up to 4 of them before we finish the draft. Oh, well, Krenko we don't even have 1. So it doesn't actually get us gems now. I think we have, maybe this one has a Gideon though. Let me see. What other rares did we draft? Did we draft any other rares? Oh no, we don't have Gideon yet either. So there's not immediate gem value for us to craft these. And I don't see there's no, like, even with this account, I don't see the need to craft before doing so at least produces gems from it. So maybe we just wait. Johan, I attempt to do a draft a day on stream for the free-to-play account, yeah. And we were well above that pace last format. In fact, I would say that I was well above the pace of a draft a day, period. Like that if I had just played a single draft every day, even off stream on the free-to-play account, I think we would have had resources by the end of the format. But we were certainly able to play, basically draft 5 times a week for free-to-play. Yeah, we did well in RNA. Oh, you are doing well in RNA, Valhallis. I thought we did too, which is why we made that. Anyway, let's get back to this. Was there other rare? I forget. Was there other rares that I'm not thinking about? Everything feels like a rare in the set, so... Nope. Okay. There's another Manticore that we can take over, I think, the Iron Bully. Maybe we'll play that second one. There's an Assault Team, but this might be our last chance to get a combat trick to do fun things with Krenko. And I don't know what Assault Team really does for us, if that's really where we want to be. But it's not terrible. Maybe we do want... And this is pretty terrible. I'll take this and hope we wheel that trick. Saw the single red mana and got excited. Yeah, that's true. We do have some serious Strixing up there. I guess we'll take... We have 2 of these now. We're definitely not playing 3, so I'll take this on chance. Oh, come on. Take Crush Descent as an instant. Doesn't feel good, though. I think we take this. Hey, it did come around. I wasn't sure where it was in the pack, so glad we picked up that sprint on the wheel. Hey, and even an Invader we can consider main decking. All right. This deck has some stuff going on. I don't know how good it is, but it's got some stuff going on. What do we want to... We need 6 cuts. We got 15 creatures. 14 non. We're heavily about looting. We've got Narset that wants... It's just non-creature, right? Non-creature, non-land. Okay, cool. Yeah. Just making sure she can get Planeswalkers as well, since that's... I'm okay. I like Bolt Bend in the board, but I want to see them pepper me with removal before I bring in a Bolt Bend. And I really would like to have creatures with power 4 as well. And we have an Assault Team, but actually I'm going to definitely cut one. Probably cutting the other. I just don't think this is... We're not trying to... If they show a lot of Planeswalkers, then maybe we bring in Assault Team. Oh, Naga Eternal. Yeah, get out of my deck. Didn't even see you in there. Crisis, or Catharsis, is it Catharsis? Catharsis can start in the board, I think. Two more cuts. Well, I still want to see that. I'd just like to see... It's such a strikeout home run card. It's almost the epitome of it. I mean, if you resolve this card, then it's probably amazing. And if you don't, you've mulliganed, right? Like, it just sticks in your hand. So the extremes of its impact on a game are pretty profound. We could cut and invade the city. I like that it increases our creature count while being a spell, though. I think it does... while maybe it's a little underwhelming... how many... Like, we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 being the other one. 6, 7... Currently 8. 8 spells that could be in the graveyard to support this. Maybe that's not quite good enough. We could cut one. I'm going to cut the No Escape. I'm really hesitant to... Like, I think having counted the instants and sorceries, it makes me want to either cut and invade the city or not cut any other instants or sorceries. Like Invader. Like, maybe we can cut the Invader. We could do that and that. I want to be a little more creature dense for something like the Invader, right? I mean, maybe it's like for threat of activation to be real, you need... Although, we do have... we hope to have some sacrificial bodies in these artifacts, so maybe that's better than I'm giving it credit for. Yeah, we could cut a Strix like that. I do want a Strix on 2, but Strix Flood is real as well if you don't have the ways to get them in. So that's reasonable. And what are we calling this? It's a weird invasion. This keyboard, I switched to a quieter keyboard, but I think it's like it's wireless and it's lagging in ways I don't like. So to figure out yet a new solution for that. How about that? This is maybe a little under. Oh, put that back. Maybe we wish that this was something else again. Since we, have cut this kind of thing elsewhere. But I'm going to give this a try. But we can't call it Weird Invasion and then have Saheeli be the poster child. We'll put Invade the City here. And do we like 9, 8? Sure, with Narset, that seems like a tiebreaker. All right, let's switch to Battlefield View and see how this deck does. Oh, I didn't screen cap it. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Oops. Thank you, Timnos. Hey, Nick. I could probably quote the bullet point in the design doc where I said that after a limited event, the deck box should be interactable and take the player to view the deck that they just used in the event. Seems like it shouldn't be difficult, but sometimes things are weirdly difficult. We'll keep this. No, we took a pack 3, pick 1 Krenko, I think. Yeah, the other feature that I put in and everybody wanted but was cut like really right before I left was the ability to have multiple saved sealed decks. That was always part of the design. Nice, Rob. I'll say this about bomby formats, it does feel good to beat the bombs when you can pull that off. We're gonna open on the weird, and then hopefully Saheeli will be protected for next turn. Right, I mean, there's no question that Spellkeeper Weird is a slightly higher draft pick, at least, for the memes. Now, we can't even... Let's see, yeah, we'll go ahead and play Saheeli. She's protected enough, I think. And then we get, if we get land, we have Heartfire Invade at the ready. If nothing changes or they don't have tricks, in order to come at Saheeli even for 2, they're going to have to trade Rager for a Martyr. Yeah, if we could have cast Narset, I would have. Now, if they send... Oh, okay, I figured they would make one of the Martyrs bigger. They chose not to do that. We did not find another land. Makes me want to invade the city to trigger that, but we don't have anything in the yard, so it would do like nothing. So we're just going to play Ogre and stay on D. Kind of looking for a reason to use this Heartfire so we can start the graveyard. Oh, this is so great. I got something to share with you in a minute. Okay, now we have Strix with Heartfire available at any rate. My kids' guest stars is up to them. We'll see. Yeah, it would make a 0/0. It would just die. I've been threatening a karaoke starting song of the day week, and if I do that, I'll definitely enlist my daughter's help for that. I think we're going to accept Invade and... well, let's see. We're definitely pitching the Invade. And then are we gambling on finding blue for Narset? God, if we find blue for Narset, that seems really powerful. But also, Heartfire is castable right now. I have my daughter just turned 18 and my son is 16. Yeah, I think keeping like we're pretty stable on this board, so let's keep Narset and try and leverage how powerful she is. Yeah, we're still stable, but we could become unstable quickly. Oh, come on, Mountain. You are not what we were looking for. Weird allows us to get back. Also, I didn't think about that, but you know, if we need this back desperately, we actually have it. I mean, we can cast Heartfire right now for desperate with Weird. So I'm gonna keep playing land though, and we'll send in the Strix. I don't think it's blocking. Although, given that we could cast the Heartfire if we need to, the Strix can get into relevant power range. There are discard one, but I mean we're a card drawing, controlling, go long kind of deck. I think we need to get our lands out. That's why. Like, if we draw the Scry 4, draw 2, I'm gonna be sure happy that we're playing our lands out every turn. And if we lose Narset, okay, well, we weren't casting her anyway right now. And now, the Griffin makes me wonder if we should go get Heartfire now. And I think I actually, like, if we draw blue, then we go blue, blue, tap, and we have 3 red left, which doesn't allow us to get and cast the Heartfire, but Heartfire is also single-handedly, like, holding off the Herald, so I'm gonna risk it and not go get it right now. Totally Lost is good. We can sit back. We now have a thing that will at least make a token with Saheeli, and if they get frisky with something beyond the Enforcer Griffin, we can use Totally Lost to get an advantage, but also if they attack with the Enforcer Griffin, we will offer the Turret Ogre for it with Totally Lost protection for that play. All right. Interesting. We could also just potentially pump Rager instead of Totally Lost. But I think I like... Also, we can just chump with the Rager to get a ping. Because it basically kills a 2-2. So I like threatening that, doing that, and maybe even... At least here, right? But possibly there's we could also go here. Oh yeah, well I guess where... Oh yeah, they're only coming at me. That's a good point. I like that. Since they're not threatening Saheeli, we don't even need to do that. I like it. Yeah, let's do this. Divine Arrow. Do we want to use Totally Lost or go... Yeah, let's just use him to go get something here. We don't need to use the Totally Lost now, I don't think. I'm fine with getting back a Heartfire. Just want to make sure we didn't want to use our Totally Lost there, but I think this is the better use of mana. Well, we can't if they do it right now. If they do another Divine Arrow, it will hit its mark. Okay, nope. We also have Totally Lost on Herald if we want to nullify this Kaya's ghost form. Here's the submit 0 moment. Feels good when your Oppo submits 0 for proliferate indeed. Yeah, I was surprised by some things in that attack for sure. Interesting, they... What? Yeah, must be, sorry, Darken. That did not go the way you wanted, I don't think. Although, actually, that wouldn't have changed anything down there. But I think I was just an oops. Not the best draw for us again. Trying to decide whether we're leaving, playing other Strix and leaving up Heartfire, or just passing with Totally Lost up. I think with wanting to pick off Herald with the Totally Lost now, I think we use Totally Lost on Herald and Heartfire on Enforcer Griffin after Totally Lost creates us a Saheeli token to use on the Heartfire sack. If Griffin comes at Saheeli, we can even let Saheeli take 3. So that seems good to me. So we're just going to pass. Could even offer their Ogre for the Griffin now, if they attack with both. But it looks like they're done. Are we casting Totally Lost At end of turn. I think so. I like using our mana, and I like getting a Saheeli token out to start working with. And it's not like no value bounce, right? You resolve this successfully and you've gotten your card back because you've taken away their next draw. You want to make the Griffin gone? You mean, though, like, my sequence still would be Herald and then Heartfire the Griffin. Yeah. Should be a good turn for us. We're going to leave him with nothing but that Martyr on the board. Hey, look, it's an island. We're definitely playing that. And then we even get Narset and we can still get Heartfire off with after the Narset play. So let's start here. Why do you want to wait, Omicron? Wait till they're tapped out, or what? For their combat. Yeah, we can. I think there's just too much damage to here to not do it. So we get to go Heartfire, Griffin, sacking the Summoning Sick robot. I'm going for it. If they've got protection for the Griffin, we'll find out now, I guess, and it'll change our plays, but this just feels like a ton of damage we're setting up. And we even get this back for D. Yeah, I mean, they saved it, so we traded Heartfire for their trick. We even still have an attack. If they want to block the Strix here, I'm fine with that. And in fact, yeah, maybe what we do is we turn this into a Turret Ogre.
Do I have your attention now?
And we attack like this, and with the token, and then we leave the Turret Ogre back for the Enforcer. And then they can block however they want. All the ghost forms. Oh, I failed to Narset. I'm so good. Let's not fail this time.
Just the trick for this.
Look, it was all lands anyway. We would have actually whiffed. That's funny. It was a genius no Narset because I just knew. Just knew. Whoa. What do you think of these? I think we like it all. And I don't even know where to go. Kasmina can't be cast this turn, though. So we can go, like, Kasmina Krenko as the starting point, and then... Spellkeeper above Tybalt. Maybe actually this. Do it like this. Not sure that's right on those last two, but I like these two first. Oh, we can copy Krenko. Check this out. Right? Is that... If we go... Now I'm roping and stuff, and I don't know what I have time for. I just want to do this... Oh no! I can't do that. Alright, we keep this. Never mind. Bad play, Ryan. Bad play. I am going to no attack. I wouldn't have made that mistake if I weren't roping, but when you're roping, you take some chances. All right, let's go with opening on Kasmina here.
Under my instruction, you will steer the course of destiny.
And how about actually, let's go look for, let's start with Narset.
Own your prowess.
All right, we'll take that. And then Kasmina.
My students are loyal geniuses.
Yeah, we've heard all about your loyal genius students. Can probably ditch the island here. We can't cast anything, any multiple things left anyway. Punt is whatever you want, you know, whatever mistake you feel rises to the level. I don't care. Now this is getting complicated, and I don't want to screw up any further from this complicated board. So this Griffin is in the way. Eventually, I think we get back... oh, I let the weird go away with my use of this stuff, didn't I? I don't think that was correct. I think we did want that weird. But yeah, we can play another bird here and pass.
Seen my face and lived. I think.
Good question. I don't think we do have any proliferate in the deck. Tybalt or Honor the God Pharaoh? Whoa. Wow, okay. I would make me discard, but that's just me. Let's start here. There's Samut's Sprint, which we could do the Krenko trick with. And it does make Krenko big enough to tangle with everything there. So let's do that. Kasmina first. Let's see. Ooh, we like that. So definitely... we can Tybalt, or we can actually go get that, the Outburst, right? And cast that. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Sorry, again, I feel like I'd have better lines here if I weren't pressured by the rope. And we're gonna attack Krenko. Let's just go at them. And I don't think we have enough going on the ground to justify anything else here. I don't think I care about Davriel. Do we? I'm gonna go at them. The 2-2. 2-2. I guess if they want to eat the 2-2, that's fine, right? Yeah, we're happy about that. Good call. It's doing some things that feel busted, but it's also very tricky to play. Like, I'm feeling like I've got this busted deck that I'm on the verge of losing with. It's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. I mean, maybe I'm not on the verge of losing. I'm just saying that's how I feel like I'm struggling to put them away. But yes, hopefully we now have the go wide to put them away next turn. Isn't that the war experience? Draft a busted deck, lose anyway. That felt like what happened yesterday for sure. Yeah, let's drop the land. No need to give them anything to make us discard. Black, white. What else do they got going on here? Let's take a look. Black, white, Rally of Wings. We got to remember double Rally of Wings. Divine Arrow. Outburst. Don't even need to really show them, right? Let's just start with attacking all of them, I think. It doesn't matter either way. Yeah, they're just toast. Hey, Bottles. Yeah, good to see you here. I think this is enough. They might have, if they have that weird, like, redirect damage, then we still have enough to not die to them, so. Bam, 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 bam. That was a long first game. Feel like I should just get the match for that. Alright, black, white with some suboptimal stuff, some skies stuff. Anything in our colors that matters to that. Bolt bend. See, like, I don't know if we would have had, I guess there was a, yeah, they have arrow. Is arrows attacker or blocker? If arrows is attacker or blocker, bolt bend could get the arrow in useful ways. Five damage to target player, planeswalker. I still don't know if it's worth bringing that in, though. I want to see more stuff that we want to redirect, because it's so frustrating to have that in your hand. Yeah, I'm with Omicron that we would bring in the no escape, but to invade the cities was a little awkward, so I think I do like trying that. That's true, bend the ghost form would be funny. Bolt bend on a Davriel activation. The Davriel sorcery would be a good bolt bend, huh? Now I kind of want to try it. Let's mess around with bolt bend. Right. It's also, this also was not good. It was really rough to have that in my opener. I'm still gonna keep the one, but maybe we'll even cut. If we end up cutting both Invade the Cities by the end of this deck, then I'm just off that card. Like I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really had the chance to try Invade the City, so I was giving it a try, but it's questionable. This is nice. If we get a fourth land and like something else to do on 3, then I'm gonna wait and Krenko Samut on 4. In fact, we may do that anyway if we get the fourth land, just to really surprise it. I don't want to put Krenko out to be removed before we get to sprint him. Okay, so there we go, yeah. If we can find any land now... In fact, I think I'll risk it and just play the weird on spec. Well, that's an aggro start from Oppo, but we got a nice Spellkeeper weird for both of those. Ugh, no land yet. They didn't really even show removal that was not attacking based. Yeah, I think Oppo is inexperienced, so... thanks, Tenno. Take care, man. We can put the Kingpin at risk for a turn to ensure that we untap with the ability to sprint it. But I'm gonna risk it. I think we get to just get him. We're whitelisted. We're gonna draw a land. Oh, sorry. You also get this. See? And we get to attack as a 4/4, so it makes it through both of those. Sweet. You know, say Divine Arrow. I mean, we could wait, and if we're really afraid about Divine Arrow, I've already cast this now, of course, but no, we're not committed, because we could do this. If we wait, next turn we can attack as a 4/4 and Bolt Bend, although they could attack, they could Divine Arrow before there's a blocker is the problem. We were going to make it another version with the other weird, but we'll see. I think we can accept a Divine Arrow here with the 4, you know, with all the tokens we get. I'm gonna look for more land. Right, Bolt Bend would be just 1, that's what I'm saying, but we just don't have the mana to do it this turn. I'm still gonna do it, and if they get us here, we still get some sweet tokens out of it. And this is a lot of value right here. Granted, we've put 2 cards into it, and they might only use 1 to stop it, but it's still, you know, it's like... We use 2 cards, and they use 1 card, but we ended up with 4 1/1s. We have a couple of options here. We could actually go back and get this sprint and redo the Kingpin play, but with an extra point of power and toughness. Seems pretty hard to lose with 9 Goblin tokens. And they wouldn't be able to kill it. So yeah, I think we do that. Oh, I should have recurred with, they don't have, like, I don't think we're going to have a 4 power by the end of this, but I should have considered keeping Bolt Bend mana available. Yeah, we'll keep that. I want land. And they can eat one of these tokens if they want. We'll start sending them in right now. Yeah, Hex, that's what I realized too, is that if they time their... Frankly, if they time their sequencing like a new player, it would actually work well for them. Oppo seems to be a newer drafter player based on their card selection and some of their plays. So go Oppo, welcome to the game. Or if you're a long-time player playing at this level, way to stick with it. I guess we're just tagging with everything, and we don't need to do this first. Keep up the Bolt Bend, even though it would be up even if we cast that. Yeah, they still don't have 5 power for Krenko. Yeah, Snowball mascot for the Snowball format. I like it. And now it does have 4 power, so we have a Bolt Bend ready as well. And as much as I like land, we're not going to take that many of them. We will take the one, though, to make sure we Manticore. That's a lot of lands in a row there. Yeah, that was quite the scry. Alright, so we did some powerful stuff that I think would have worked against anybody, but it's hard to say when you have an opponent who seems to be newer. So Epiphany, so good. Alright, let's head back in. Oh, and my record's a lie. Let's fix the record. It's not that far off, but it's a lie. Oh yeah, we can try and cancel and drop. Oh, too late. Only one game. We just won't draw them, right, Magic Gods? Perfect. Or maybe they'll just randomly be good this game. Certainly this is a good start for that. Yeah, we'll weird it up. Might attack. Nah, let's just stay back. Okay, found our land. Was hoping for that. What do we want to do with it? I don't like that we can't really protect Kasmina because Crawl Stinger has a good attack. Yeah, I don't want to do Kasmina because we have to... They get to attack Kasmina with a 2/2 Death Touch, and then what do we do? A good attack on Kasmina. Oh, right, sorry, I was thinking of the other one. No, that's a good point. Sorry. Forgetting that Kasmina is so great because she protects herself. So yeah, we'll do that. Confusing my blue planeswalker abilities.
I see great potential in you. Prove yourself. My students are loyal and brilliant.
Maybe we give up a Strix here as opposed to land. I like both of these more than the Strix, and I like getting there. Could let her go. Or give up the Strix, but if we give up the Strix, what are we accomplishing? We chump, and then we get one more Kasmina activation, but we don't really have the tools in hand to do anything about that after. Yeah, I think Stratic is right that we just have to let her die here, that they've invested serious resources there. And yeah, I'm gonna let her go. If we had a plan in hand to then deal with the Screecher, then I like chumping, but we had no plan in hand to then deal with the Screecher. So one plan we could have with this being an instant is to make this a 2/3 block and then finish it off with Outburst. It 2-for-1s ourselves, but they invested a second card in the Screecher anyway. I'm at least going to stay back and give us that option rather than attack. Maybe just what we have to do here. Yeah, Ral is Outburst is a 2-for-1 in and of itself. There's a lot of risk here with this play, with all their open mana. But we can't sit around waiting to die to the War Screecher, so sometimes you gotta take a stand into some risk and hope it pays off. If I had 6 mana, I would snap, play the Outburst, and then get it back, but we don't. So, unfortunately, what this does is lets this. Can we fail to find? We can't. No, we can't even sack to fail to find. Nah, it's instant sorceries, no targets, so we just have to let it happen. We don't want them to proliferate the Screecher out of our range of doing the Rouse Outburst Strix play, which it now is. I don't know if it's too crazy. Why do you think it's crazy? They got rid of, they made their War Screecher. Now they didn't maybe know, unless they're sniping or whatever, but it turned out to be good for them in terms of its ability to get through and forcing us to not be able to get a spell back is really effective. Considering just outbursting the Stinger, trying to figure out if this is actually still part of a plan to take out the Screecher, or how we're going to take out the Screecher or survive the Screecher here. Looking at our deck, like we need a Totally Lost. That would be a good find here. So yeah, since I don't think Rouse Outburst is going to be part of taking down the Screecher, let's take out the Stinger while we can and go looking for the spell that we need. Like, take one of those mountains, I guess. I'm going to play the Manticore here, so no need to do anything pre. Sure enough, better than drawing 2 mountains. And that's a lot of power and toughness. Let's see what else they've got. I mean, they're playing green, so I'm kind of expecting some beef from them at some point, but at least we're putting up a good front here, saying, all right, we can crack back. What you got? All right, so we really need our Totally Lost now. That's like the card of our deck. I don't know if there's anything else that even helps. Yeah, not really. We're kind of riding for the Totally Lost now. Does Krenko turn the race around? Maybe Krenko would be enough. We'll see if they even bother attacking Saheeli. I don't think I would. We're down to 1 card and we haven't done anything. Boo! Ground blockers for my 2/2s. Well, now we're just doomed. I guess it's time to chump. They'd still get the proliferate, though, in that spot, right? Because it doesn't change the controller of the spell, it changes the target. So you would get part of it, but you wouldn't get the proliferate if my brain is correct. I think we just got to do this now as well. Try to take this offer. well, not dead yet. Powerful card. Come on, let's invade the city, guys. Hey, guys, invading the city. It was in our schedules for 10 o'clock. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, let's just cut them both, and I will try hard to remember to get them out next time. Maybe we want an assault team down low. Yeah, I mean, we could bring in no escape, sure. Is it good enough? You like that over assault team? Bond of Passion. I don't know. Did they, like, I want to bring that in against known massive tramply green things or something. I think we'll just go with this, right? We took out Bolt Bend and No Escape as the additions. It is true there's another 4-power dude. Over what? You want to take out No Escape? Omicron likes Catharsis. Interesting. I really only like that if I'm sure about important planeswalkers I want to take out. So let's try, yeah, let's go No Escape out and Assault Team in. I think I want to try that. This needs some help to go places, but I think we gotta keep. Most hands need help to go places, though. Ooh. Also not going... Well, Oppo seems stuck on 1, so we're flooding, but they are severely screwed, it looks like. If we don't see a land here, they might just... Okay, they found a land when it really mattered. And we're finding them when they don't. I think they just trade this off, but I'm gonna still do it because it puts a counter on a Strix, and if they do not draw, they were stuck on 1, or maybe they might have misclicked or something, but if they are stuck on 1, they may stay stuck on 2, in which case we'll be happy to have 3 power in the air, even without any Strix activations, so let's do that. Not amazing, and despite the haste, I mainly had this in as just kind of interaction on the ground, but... Okay. Okay. Oppo stuck on 1, but we're getting punished here. Maybe they just... Did they misclick? Or are they just ripping... We're not blocking, though. I gotta keep attacking. This really is why we all hate Magic sometimes. It's not particularly a real feeling here. Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable draw. Fire up these Strixes and offer up trades for the 2 power. And also we're just happy that Mo3 hasn't seen any counters.
The more.
It helps. It actually helps. Like, you guys see me get a little salty. Like, there are times where I feel like, I was too salty. I should have had that a little bit under control, more under control. But I'm definitely more even keel on stream because I don't want to look like a crazy person, you know. Let's see. Yeah, we just gotta do this. I try to keep my composure for you all, but I also I care, and it's important for it to be clear that I care as well. Yeah, that's fair, Omicron. I like that.
It's game over.
I like what the suggestion of try to win off of a spell off the top, because we certainly have a lot of those. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are at risk to... Yeah, counter on Mo3 is big trouble. We can put blocks here. If they get 5 there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we just stop. We block something else. Yeah, there's a lot of cards we lose to. The question is, do we keep 2 Theater Strixes back or just the 1? It does affect our clock, though. If we intend to put... Are we blocking with both? If so, we are affecting the clock, right? Although then we are back in the spell wins it, right? So that's fair. Yep, I like it. We do this, and then we have 2 blockers to keep our life total high, and we still give ourselves the chance of a non-creature, non-land winning us the game. Stratic like attack with both. But here's where I wasn't sure. Like, do we? This is a tough one because if we double block, we are less likely to lose to let it all in. Omicron says, "Why would you let it all in? You don't want to even just prevent 2." Because if these both survive, we just win, right? Why would you let it all... Omicron. Not sure about that line. Yeah, I don't want to die to trick. But it's a... Mo3 prevents 2... Blocking Mo3 prevents 2, and blocking Martyr prevents 2. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, well, if they remove the 2/3, we're just kind of dead, right? If they have giant growth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's still not enough. I don't think killing matters. Either we're going to win next turn or we don't. I'm going to do this. Yeah, I mean, this is where we're at. We knew this is what we were... This is at least the attack I was trying to give us. Alright. Wasn't pretty, but we pulled it out. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking. You got to get in that spot where you're like, yeah, if they've got the tools here, we don't win. But we got to play like they don't, and they didn't. So that was good. Fourth Strix is something we haven't brought in, which could be considered. But I like that better on the play if we're going to make that play. I'm going to run it back. Yeah, sickness would have prevented that, unfortunately. Obviously, we need red, but we do have Epiphany. And if we do find red, we have maybe our most busted turn 3 play. So we're going to keep this. Hey, good show, red. Nothing, 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 nothing. Pass, pass, pass. Aw. That there is not nothing.
I will defend the weak at every opportunity. Share in my light.
Heartfire, interesting. Well, now we play Krenko in hopes that this leads to something and that they can't... Yeah, if Gideon wants to attack, we do have Krenko threatening to attack back. And with Heartfire at instant, we even have sack one of the resulting tokens to protect it.
I will lend you my strength.
What do we want on Heartfire? Are we just trying to go hard after Gideon, or do we need to clear the way to make sure Krenko survives? Let's start by taking this and see what we draw. Okay, we got more land. I'm gonna play this land. Gideon can get rid of Krenko next turn. Yeah, if they want to use Gideon, I'm cool with that. Let's start by attacking Gideon, and then probably we end up heartfiring to save Krenko. This is not going to matter because we're going to take out the birdie. I'm going to take out the birdie and leave Krenko alive and basically put it on Oppo that if they want to get rid of Krenko via Gideon, it needs to be... They need to use up Gideon. I'll trade Gideon for Krenko.
One less fiend to fight.
Yeah. We just have to accept, hey, Gideon was big trouble, and our Krenko was so good we got them to give up on Gideon. What are we doing here? We can do Strix plus God Pharaoh. Look at Epiphany. I like Epiphany later. I think I'm going to max my mana here. Get rid of this island and we'll find more land, right? We seem to be unable to do anything else. And if we don't find land, well then gasoline. All right, I'm down with that. They got a lot of open mana. Let's think this through, Ryan. Don't be hasty. We can Rager and Saheeli. In which case we Saheeli first and Rager after. Well, we'll find out. If they want to counter Saheeli, we'll know soon enough.
I've never seen anything like this.
Am I overplaying into some Wrath? What's the Wraths in this format? There's the, oh, isn't there white-blue that has the good Wrath? Time Wipe? Yeah. I want to overplay into a Time Wipe, but... Looks like we can Kasmina here, though. We'll hold back the Manticore.
Hone your control.
I'm going to play the land. We have Epiphany. We want to keep playing our lands. We can turn... it doesn't matter to turn anything into a creature since this has Summoning Sickness. We do get to attack with Rager, though, right? Why not? No Strix, because I thought they would just block. I guess we threaten. Also, Strix blocks them from coming at Planeswalkers. Oh, sorry. I thought I was waiting for Oppo. My bad. Missed the priority down there. And yeah, we don't want to minus the Healy, so... I'm gonna go with... Probably Epiphany. Then we see about Kasmina. I like all this. Maybe not the mountain. But we could draw into Narset here. And Spellkeeper. If we do that, Spellkeeper does... Then we Narset and then we won't get Spellkeeper anyway. So if we want to Narset this turn, might as well bin Spellkeeper. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think we start alphaing here. Especially with the Strix getting up to 3 power.
I have practiced against many foes like you. Meditate and prepare.
Focus on what matters.
See, just activate enough Planeswalkers and they scoop. That's what I was trying to do. Alright, we'll take it. Now let's correct this deck. Might have to rename it if we're going to take out the invasions and put in, say, a Goblin team and a No Escape as mains. We could put in Bolt Bend main for the lulls, but I just like to see that there's good things to go for. That was good. Beat Gideon. It still works. Weird Invasion still works because of the Manticore, so we just had to change it to that. There we go. Iron Bully. If we were proliferating more, I'd be down for trying the Bully, but what are we really doing with this card? What's the point of running it? Like, what role does it play for us? I think I like No Escape as a generic starting point and assault team. Yeah. I think we start here, and then we'll consider that when we go into sideboarding. I like this better. Sure, we won't forget about it. And we'll update the record. All right, happy to be at 2-0, but we have been lured by the 2-0 start before. Yesterday we started 2-0 and ended up 2-2, so let's see if we can notch at least that third win here. Feel really great if I could get our buy-in back for the free-to-play today. Yeah, we did, Stratic. I'm done with Invade the City. Keep this, though. Need some red, but looking decent. I mean, Rob, like, no. Not everybody does, especially... Like, I don't think combat tricks are good in this format, really, he says, with Samut Sprint. We have a reason for that one specifically, but... In the abstract, I don't like combat tricks in the set, and not every deck is playing heavy removal. Oh, sorry, Adelwar. The Magic Online customer service and reimbursement policy is a lot more generous and forgiving than Arena's, but I think Arena's, you know, Magic Online's customer service established its lines and standards over time for the product that they had and the environment they had, and then you get people used to things, and it's hard to take things away from customers that you've given them to, but I think there's probably some regret, actually, about the level to which Magic Online customer service will just... I don't know. It's effective, like... That app just had more problems, though, right? There was almost like a more apologetic approach to the reimbursements on Magic Online. Yeah, this looks to be a combat tricky... This is a reason to have combat tricks, for sure. And so maybe we will bring in Bolt Bend here. As for this situation, can't have Heartfire and Sprint even if we wanted to. We could use Honor and like ditch the Sprint since we don't have the Krenko to go with it. But Spellkeeper actually does some blocking here, so let's get it out there. That's a good point, Fanatic Guru. Like, these aren't... Nothing here is real. This is a free attack, but I feel like we might be trading our weird for a trick. But if we're trading our weird for a trick, we can live with that too. We do not want to block the 10th District because of that. Even though, obviously, we block the one with the bigger power, we definitely don't want to set them up to do a killing trick on the thing that gets better with them. Now they have 4-3 attackers in the double battalion. If we don't do something about it, but what we could do is potentially like honor the God Pharaoh and then keep up Samut Sprint for the weird. Kasmina is a play we could make, but if we do Kasmina, they're going to attack in with everything and get 4-3s and have this. Yeah, I don't know. You're down with Kasmina. We do get... I remember now that we have a 2-2. I'm not forgetting that part. I just don't know if that's good enough for this spot, as opposed to honors and then having Samut to try and eat one of those 4-3s with our newly minted 3-5. She does make the tricks more... Does she? It's like... Oh, wait. Well, here. Now I got to do something. No, she doesn't. I'm going to do it, but she doesn't. You are a creature you control, not theirs.
Every day is a new...
I don't think we're going to have time for this very much here. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm also going to leave back the Strix as a team up with the 2/2 to potentially trade for one of these battalions. Woo! Okay, new plan. Let's see what they want to do attack-wise, though. Never really faced Boros aggro before. This is an interesting matchup for sure. We have Weird and 2/2 on a battalion for a 1/1, and Strix on the assault team for a 1/1. Then the counter goes here, but we have Totally Lost to decounter one of these, and they're avoiding Kasmina, so that's light. I like that. So I think we're going to do this. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Stratic. Next turn we get another 2/2, we get a loot, and we have a land already for the Totally Lost. See what we draw. Right now we have to probably ditch Sprint as opposed to Heartfire. Although maybe Sprint is better in this spot. We'll see where things all wrap up from here. Although I'm not sure what Oppo's thinking about. I think you take out the Weird and put a counter on your 4/3 and you're... That's where you're at. Or put it on the 2/2. Could have a 4/3 and a 3/3. That makes some sense. Wow, they didn't take out the Weird, though. I would have taken out the Weird. Trouble is, I get what you're saying. That's why I started there. But at least this meh trick doesn't require sacrifice to fire off. So let's start with Kasmina, though.
We are the future.
I'm going to risk bidding a land. We'll find more land later for this Manticore. And now we can sit back on a bunch of instants and decide what to do based on Oppo's actions. But we can do things like Samut Sprint, get it back, and recast Samut Sprint, for example, if we needed to do that. What's in here, though? Honor the God Pharaoh. Is Heartfire meh removal? Well, if it were not, we would play multiples. I think it's good removal, but it gets... The second copy is miles worse than the first. Yeah, when you can copy it, you don't have to repay the sacrifice effect, so that's a great use when you can get it copied. Okay, both coming at Kasmina. I think I like sack the token, Heartfire the battalion, Samut Sprint the keeper. Although, maybe we just don't care. You can let Kasmina go at this point. We don't have any proliferate. She's holding off maybe some removal from them or something, but I actually don't think we need Kasmine anymore. I'm gonna just oh yeah, sure, we can Heartfire. Her static is holding him back, you think? Well, I'm gonna... I'm trying to figure out which one we want to kill more. I think this is scarier in the long term if they do have tricks and stuff. We have totally lost for either. I'm gonna aim here. It's somewhat risky. If they did have a trick, they could get that thing quickly out of range, but it worked out. A lot of risk in Magic, I suppose. We could go get something, but I don't think that's the right play now. Land into Invading Mastercore seems great. See if we can hold this ground now. Gotta remember I'm on 0 hourglass. Want to try and build up at least another one of those here. I could attack with this. Should have thought of that first. If they block, they get a 5/4. So actually, I'm not going to. I had to rethink that combat. I think my mind kind of went down a couple different lines mid-combat, Draconis. And I went from like, oh, let's try and double block and kill, to like, oh, well, let's let it happen, and then, and it doesn't matter, we don't need Kasmina, but then it's like, well, if Kasmina's about to die, I should be using her, I should be sacking her to this Heartfire for some value. And that's how I ended up there. I don't know if there's a better line, but it's the kind of mid-combat machinations that I switched around on that led me on that somewhat circuitous line. These are a nice combo if we're willing to wait on the Lost, and if they have something that we're actually legit concerned about. Here, they need to double block to trade for the Manticore, so let's give them an opportunity to make a mistake with the Manticore. We have Sprint and Lost that we can both play here, so it's basically, even if they triple block, we have ways to manage. And if they just want to accept it, I'm fine with sitting back on Totally Lost and Sprint. And I'm going to Totally Lost something before we untap, no matter what. We'll just try to figure out what it is. Probably the Battalion. But it could be the Flyer. All right, well, we're gonna go like this. They know about it, but it's still good. And then I think we just do that, yeah. And we're gonna Lost the Battalion. We're going to draw Krenko off the top and get him to scoop off the Sprint Krenko combo. That's plan A. I could obviously save the 2/2 with the sprint, but I don't think that's the relevant use of the sprint, actually.
Revenge for Zendikar.
If they go 5, we'll save the Manticore for sure. They went 5, so we'll save it. And we want Strix in this situation. No, let's go for better value, although this is a classic weak spell or risk moving yourself to a land. I'm gonna put it on the bottom.
Burn.
Nice. We have no escape, but I don't care about their battalion. We're just gonna do this.
My efforts were brittle.
Hopefully we have enough here. But they play a creature, they have 2 blockers, so it's not like they're just going to give up, I don't think, but we'll keep applying the pressure. Good question on Weird. We have Totally Lost, Heartfire, and Honor the God Pharaoh. Totally Lost isn't cat. We could Heartfire. Let's see. We could Heartfire and win, right? Heartfire win seems good. But let's just leave Weird back and attack with everything else first. Yeah, I think there's a 7 Heartfire deck to be found somewhere in this format. Like, all Heartfires and incidental zombie army token creators. Okay. So this lets them... let's see, do we need to... What if we Weird now and Heartfire this? Yeah, I think we have to do that. Okay, so let's go boom, boom. I go... Do we just get... let's see. Do we kill... This guy's dead. So we go to face, right? So we can also take out the Silver Wing. Yeah, I can go to the face. Okay. And then we put the counter on here. That helps. Their blocks are clear here. Not sure what they're waiting for. You got to put that on that and that on that. Yep. I know what they're waiting for. Magic is hard. How many times have I stared at an obvious board? Magic is hard. That's always a good sign. Exploding Karn, please. That there is a chump. And start with the attack. Yeah, we're going to keep No Escape up. The only question was whether we want Weird or Instigator, and Tybalt with the no life gain and Devil basically puts them at get rid of Tybalt or play multiple, you know, they have to play like zero toughness creatures. Oh, we can't stop that, unfortunately. But still, Tybalt, I mean, this should be a game-winning play.
My friend is here to help your aid.
But Oppo played it really well to, you know, make me really work for it. They didn't give us an easy win there when we alpha'd. Boros aggro, you say? Did they target our stuff? Yeah, they had that removal spell. Let's bring in a Bolt Bend for maybe even the No Escape. Still don't want to bring in Bond of Passion unless they're playing some huge stuff. Although we even have sack outlets for it, you know, but I don't think this is good enough. I like this. Let's give it a shot. Coffee all gone. Hey, Cincy. I like the deck. I think we keep this. Come on, mountain off the top. Or if I can really choose, you know, Strix into mountain. Alright, now we're just hoping to not get worked over by the old two-lander. The most frustrating opener in Magic. Ugh, brutal. I'm gonna get rid of this. If we find red, we're never gonna be spinning our wheels long enough to do that in a relevant time frame, I don't think. That's alright. Here comes the mountain to turn on this hand and set us back up. Yeah. Alright. They did show Hasty 4-1, so it's possible they could drop something that makes Tybalt's Devil unable to trade with the Battalion. Our other choice is Spellkeeper Weird or Invader. Invader also threatens to trade. Spellkeeper says, well, I can at least block, but again, if they manage a counter, we have no good blocks anywhere, although if they, yeah, Weird does block well. Let's give Weird a chance to block for us. Stratic, the reduced down to 7 has good reasons for existing, but I think there are ways you could tweak it to make Magic better. And we are going to block here and make them have it if they want to have something. Trade the Weird for a trick if they want. One of the main things discard to hand size does is makes control matchups, control mirrors have some like you don't want two control decks to have 40 cards, 30 cards in their hand or whatever. But discarding down to 9, for example, I think would be that's inelegant because you would prefer that your starting your maximum be the same for elegance. But I think for Magic's purposes, we'd be better off if it was a starting 7 and a maximum 9 or 10, so that control players can't just get 27 cards in hand, but you don't have that extra feel bad that we're talking about here. So I'm gonna play. This is rough. This is our turn only. We've got to get in a Krenko Samut to win here, so I think we actually just put this out for now. I think we're in trouble, though. We're in serious trouble with no land there. Yeah, exactly. Like, the battalion's gonna get big. Haste to add to the table. This is not good for us. We stumbled, and you can't really stumble against a Boros deck that's playing its spells. So what do we do here? I think we have to try and trade off the Invader for the most intimidating thing that it can potentially trade with. We're in, and they have nothing in hand mode, basically. I'm not playing around tricks or whatever, because we can't. If they if they buff the 10th district, we're just beyond done. Yeah. Five, and nothing really to do to save, so let's try and draw better and hope they draw worse. Well, Oppo got away with a mistake then, because we could not do anything about that. Play Grim Initiate, although we didn't see much in the way of 1 toughness attackers, which, you know, Naga Eternal might be okay as just a 3 power on the ground. Like, probably actually want a Naga Eternal, maybe even over an Invader in terms of how it's operating. Like, I would rather have 3 power on defense than first strike and threat of activation. Although threat of activation threatens 4 power, I suppose. I think I'm going to take out the Bolt Bend, actually. There were some cute ideas there, but Bolt Bend would have been a miserable thing to have in our hand right there. They're just, you know, curving out with creatures. So I think I like that. Look, I'm bringing in a Naga Eternal. How about that? You bring in another Goblin Assault team. I still don't want to bring in this dude, I don't think. And I still don't love the Iron Bully either. But it does, as Stratic says, helps make a 2/5 out of a 1/4. I'm gonna try. Yeah, we're gonna be on the play. We gotta execute our own strategy as well. I think I'm gonna go with this. All right, come on, let's get this one. That was quite an impressive curve out from Oppo. We didn't have much of a chance there. They've got the Mythic X spell for white, which is really good, but we got some draws. Come on, deck, give us one of those amazing draws. One time. For the marbles. This is not an amazing draw, but All right, we have a reasonable play. Like, if we get any red, we get several reasonable plays. I think we got to keep this. Come on. It's painful. Two landers are my least favorite to figure out. But the Naga Eternal, as weak as it is what prompted me to keep that. That we get something to put in the way. Oppo's mulligan to 5, which is great, but their mulliganing does not change my assessment of our keep. But yeah, I think it was very close, and then we got lucky on mulligans from Oppo. Maybe, Cincy. Let's find another land before we call this GG, huh? We could be Oppo's Mola 4 story, you know. And if we are Oppo's Mola 4 story, we'll put it in great games no matter what. That certainly makes me feel a lot better. And we'll just start with our awesome creature. Hey, Professor, what up? Yeah, absolutely. Against someone this far behind on cards, you generally are like, that's wonderful. All right, 1 for 1 is great. We just want to trade 1 for 1 all day. I'm going to start with Saheeli so that Tybalt triggers a token. And we do this while Oppo isn't pressuring our board.
What an interesting creature. Let's see how you work.
They have some haste, so if they find a plains here, we could see Saheeli attacked down to 3. Alright, finding some of our land as well. Argument for Goblin Assault Team here, while Oppo's not doing anything. Or Turret Ogre. I think I actually like these over the Instigator. Why do you want, you want to get Saheeli going? Static? I like getting 4 power going. 4 power seems great. That's true. If we do this, we can copy Turret Ogre or Assault Team next turn. Stratic's got a very good point with that. We can be double assaulting next turn. Yeah, I'm down. I'm going to do that. I also like what Rob is saying about Ogre over Team, because they're playing red. They've shown, like...
You don't look scared.
They've shown the Chandra card, and it would be sad to play Assault Team and have it Chandra'd and not get the counter value out of it. And there it was.
I'll just go torture someone else. Oh, they're so cute.
Good call, not Goblin Assault Team, people. Turned out that was totally correct. We don't want to be results-oriented, but we did come up with that as a possible consequence of playing the Assault Team, and it turned out to be a very real one. Let's see, can we 2-spell here? No. We could totally Lost, but I like the sticking to the plan here. Let's go Mountain. Assault Team. Turn this into this.
Genius is as genius does.
And attack with these. I like Assault Team copy. Put a counter right back there. We get a land, we might even go Turret Ogre, Rager, copy the Rager. I guess we just copy the Ogre. No reason to get fancy. But definitely doing that. So let's start here. Why not counter the devil? Because this is a card I'm okay with having it die. That was my thinking.
Some lessons for you all.
Feeling pretty good about this one. Let's see if they did like play white and all your creatures attack themselves. That would clear things out pretty quick. The Rager would survive, but not much else. Yeah, now we're just gonna totally lost and win. Oh, we can't. Sorry, Saheeli does not go down. We still win, but. All right, look at that, gang. It's actual return on gems. Hooray! That makes me very happy. Very glad that the gems here will be back above 3K at the end of this. Maybe even higher. We're at 3-0. Feels pretty good. Let's see. I could use a bio break, and in the spirit of for those of you who weren't here for at the start, I do a musical theme each week with the starting songs, and my musical theme this week is my daughter's 18th birthday, which was yesterday, and I played Paul Simon's Father and Daughter earlier this week. And I'm it was hard for me to run back a Paul Simon song a week after I'd already used a Paul Simon song. Like, I try to keep it interesting and varied. But one of the most important songs to me and with my kids is a Paul Simon song that I did not include. But I'm going to play it for you now for my little bio break here. It's called Papa Hobo. And besides the fact that it has the word Papa in the title, I used this song as a lullaby. So I love this song, and I sang my babies to sleep with this song, and even my toddlers and my young elementary school kids. And so this is what I sang to my kids every night at bedtime. Kind of a weird one, I guess, maybe to sing to your kids at bedtime, but I'm weird that way. So there you go. We're back again. Hello. With the return to the battlefield screen, the Card Kingdom logo pops up to remind you all that I am sponsored by Card Kingdom. They are awesome. They can handle basically every need you have in the Magic world on the commercial front. Give them a chance if you have not before, and if you have, I'm sure you already use them, at least in your price comparisons and whatnot. And if you want to use the store link down below in my panels, it lets them know that you went and checked out their store from my stream, which is useful for me as well. So if maybe you can't sub or tip or cheer or whatever, even clicking on a store link like that will help a streamer let their sponsors know that you care. So thanks. All right, let's go back and try and get real profit. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't been white very often in the format. We had a white blue skies deck once that seemed pretty functional and good, but maybe that speaks to the fact that it's kind of an aggro color. Well, we've been getting some borderline starters with these 2-lander same land, but we're going to keep this as well. Oppo had to mull. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, well we have at least a Narset for 3 now, or we could hold back No Escape, but I think Narset's where we want to go. Maybe Narset's not well protected enough. So we can play Narset and minus, and then we hopefully get a card. And then we have only the Strix to protect. The Law Rune can do nothing, but Druid takes Narset down from 3 to 1. And that doesn't seem worth it to me. I'm going to hold hope for the... We're going to hold up No Escape here. And not blocking, so I'm going to attack. Yeah, and we're going to counter literally anything that we were legally allowed to. No, we need red. I should have been specific. We need a mountain, because that is red. No question, that's red. Now... Narset doesn't, like, help us find mountains or anything, but... I just don't know if it's worth playing Narset into this board. Like, at best, we find what? We find Caswina, Rowl's Outburst, and then we find the mountain? I mean, it is kind of... We can play 3 mana to draw a card and gain some life, is how I'm thinking, is one way to think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Trouble is, just draw a non-land card.
Focused and disciplined. Keep an open mind.
Hey, there's the Outburst, too. And maybe we'll get the mountain that we needed to go along with it. And here I am going to keep it back because this Strix blocks Law Rune or forces the Law Rune activation. If we can find a mountain on top, we might be okay here, but we really need a mountain on top.
So much commotion.
Same kind of question. And I think same answer, yeah. We play this and hope that we find some tools.
You want, then a challenge you'll get.
And here's the swinginess we've talked about with these planeswalkers, especially the uncommon ones. On the right board, they feel unbeatable, and on the wrong board, they're these, well, I draw a card and gain a couple of life. You know, they're just, the floor on these planeswalkers can be pretty bad. The floor on Nissa is pretty high up.
I will craft your demise.
Okay. What is this? Any target. So we could go at Nissa. We could get Nissa down to 1. Yeah, in this case, that's why it's that case. But there's often, I find, even with not mana screw issues, there are times where you're just like, ooh, not the right moment for the Planeswalker. Alright, how do we win from here? We could turret Ogre. We can't just leave Nissa, so we gotta beat Nissa. We don't have haste to beat Nissa. If we Rowl's Outburst... Yeah, I guess we just have to, right? Like, I'm almost wondering whether or not we even bother showing all of this, but I don't think we're completely out of it yet, such that I'm not willing to do that. We need... Oh, sorry. No. We need... That's not the right land, but I think we need land.
Do not assume I am fragile.
No, no assumptions here. We just want you gone, Nissa. Just go away, Nissa.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Didn't it untap it? Did the last one not untap? Did they respend last time? Maybe that's what happened. Pretty strong. And yeah, Nissa is one of my poster. The rare planeswalkers are a big part of the princely, balmy feel for the set, I think, because this plays like a mythic. So Saheeli is super dead, and we could keep around. I guess, all right, you get all of our planeswalkers, and we see if we can find a different way to recover.
Time to come up with a new plan.
Prepared for this.
Oh, we could talk about current impressions and everything in a little bit here. I guess we're turret ogering. But we may just be beyond dead to the point that, yeah, I'm even, let's, I don't want to be an early scooper, but I'm not sure what we, let's come up with our line. Do we have outs? Like, how are we actually trying to find our way to a win here?
Behold, nature's true
Heartfire lets us take Nissa off the table. Trouble is we can't really deal with the attacking force she's leaving behind here. Yeah, I think we're done. Could not figure out any way that we could end up with a win there. So, green-white proliferate. Definitely want no escape in for possible Nissa pickoff. Another assault team for the surprise attack might help on that front. Another Sky Strix to be up in the air. Maybe a Catharsis. I guess maybe a Catharsis now has a better role here. And then maybe cutting the invader. Where are we at here? 12 and 12. I want assault team, and this could even be the place for a bond of passion with the green creatures going on. That kind of covers it there. I'm going to cut this invader. I don't know about that. Maybe I'm leaving our planeswalkers even less defended now with that play. Oh, unprotected planeswalkers, but we're keeping. At least we're on the play here. Oh, come on. Now I want something on 3 besides Narset. Curving out still matters, folks. Still matters. I am gonna do this, though. Yeah, because we can do this. Narset gets attacked down, and then we can Heartfire her.
Those who cannot take thoughtfulness before action.
It's not unexpected. I mean, it's a gut punch, but it's not like we were 14 instants or something.
Just wait a moment.
We do have the planeswalkers to help, though. Yeah, Narset. No favors from Narset there. But let's make them attack in, and we'll Heartfire her away this turn. Heartfire her to kill, like, the wolf or whatever. Krenko, you say? Well, I probably can't reach out and pick Krenko off. And we're at a fairly healthy 19. I'm going to play Krenko, and maybe we'll find something to make him great. Like the ability to attack. Now we're going to get exiled and proliferated here, it looks like. Oh, no. I saw that hover over Krenko and assumed he was toast. Glad you pulled it out, Fanatic Guru. Did you come up with any... Yeah, I guess I could have killed the Enforcer, but I went with bigness. Maybe that was a mistake. What have you learned, Fanatic, that helped you turn it around, do you think? What we may end up being able to do is, you know, they're going to keep the Enforcer for the Krenko now. Eventually, we can totally lost their Enforcer at end of turn so that they think they're going to be able to tap down Krenko and then they can't. But for now, we're going to play Strix and Kasmina.
Listen up, Confidant. Join my cause.
Got to loot away a land, that's good. It's good advice, Hexstar Dragon. So tomorrow around noonish, whenever the limited event we start tomorrow wraps up in its normal course of events, I'm going to bring on Jay Schneider, and we're going to do some deck brewing on stream in the afternoon portion of the show tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. If people like it, if there's a desire for that kind of content, we'll have Jay back on if it goes well. And now we can... Well, I wonder what they're going to do. I'm going to let this happen. With everything tapped there, if they play a single creature, we get to totally lost it, and then... Aw, boo! And then Krenko is what I was going to say. I think we're going to let this one slip away. I don't see how we get out of this with this collection of cards, but this is a big problem. That's just the big butt here. Yeah, if they do that same play again, we place a Healy. She takes 3. I think we at least totally lost something. I mean, I guess we do it again.
World yields to art,
Yeah, I don't like where we're at here, but problem of too many planeswalkers. I took out a. Maybe I should have just taken out Narset. Maybe a 2/2 activated +2/+0 first strike dude is better than Narset in this matchup. I wish that helped. Our looting is gone, but we do have card draw on the deck, so I'm going to keep playing lands, and we'll sit back on this totally lost. Maybe this Strix can trade with something off of a lost pump. Or maybe Saheeli makes a counter, and we quadruple block or triple block that Nurturer. I don't know if we can triple block anything, though, with those Enforcers out. Anything we do, they get to tap them down. Kind of in waiting to die mode, but we'll see what our spells bring. Good stuff, Fnatic. I agree with most of what I'm seeing there, but I'm not 100% focused on your comments. But Fnatic's talking about their turnaround in the format a bit. Doesn't even do anything. Like, we cast Lost on the Screecher, and it... whatever. I'm gonna do this. Why? I don't know, because I'm waiting to die. Which is probably me being a little loose here. Again, if I can't think of what my line to win is, I should probably just scoop or get busy figuring out what the line to win is. So what's our most powerful cards left? Rowl's Outburst could help us on some level. That does not, though. That's just like a death knell to get a land there. I feel like if we had, like, Epiphany would have been a good draw, just to, like, card quantity, if not card quality, might be what gets us out of this. So, like, drawing Epiphany, finding spell keepers, and recasting Epiphanies until we just have a wide enough board. But this is huge problem, and two Enforcers. I'm gonna actually just hold the land now. I don't know what that does for me, though. Why are you holding it? You're gonna trick them, Ryan? They're not gonna attack you because you got a land in your hand? What are you thinking? You know that's not gonna work. Hey, Ubermensch. Good to have you back. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I don't know what's great or not great. The conventional wisdom of chat so far has been that white feels underpowered to people. It's not something I can confirm. Like, hey, I don't know. I certainly have not been playing a lot of white, that's true. But it does have some powerful cards in it. I am liking black-green as a base, since you get to splash any of the good stuff you come across, and its removal is very good. But I'm also liking red-blue, where we're at. It can be a little weak to big green stuff. You tend to have small amounts of damage and bounce, but nothing to handle like a 6/5 permanently or something. Did we do 12 in a row? It was certainly a lot. Sorry, yeah, I'm not... Yeah, yeah, whatever. Thanks, Saheeli.
I need to iterate.
I need to reiterate. Thanks, Saheeli. Well, part one of the plan. And there's weird for part 2. It's a lot of stuff. Is it good stuff? Those enforcers just make everything... Like, we need 7 of everything because of the enforcers. So let's start with the ogre. Flyer actually does block the Screecher if we get enough of them up there. So I think Screechers and ogres make sense here. And then we'll follow with Spellkeeper, even Honor the God Pharaoh. Although, really we can just pitch this and what are we getting out of this? A mass 1? That doesn't seem like we're actually getting too much out of this. It helps us clear out like a land on top, but we can just clear out the thing that clears the thing out. I'm going to put it on the bottom. And then ogre this up. No attacks. Well, still not exactly sure how we get there from here, but I did know it. I felt like it started with card advantage, so we at least have that card advantage train going. Oh, they've got onboard tricks here for making this a 4/4. We could put literally everything on it, but then if they have any kind of trick, we're utterly blown out. Next turn we have Strix and Weird to play. So if we can take out Mowu, though, if they don't have a trick, that may help us get there. Hey, Kami Puddin, thank you for the sub. Yeah, I'm gonna block everything. I think we gotta try. Part of the way we win is that this block works. Ubermensch watched Ben S. It was fun watching some quick drafting for a change. Am I not drafting fast enough? I do take some time, it's true. But hopefully I'm finding a balance where the conversations are useful to people. This is all we got, so it's what we're gonna do, and no attacks. Beefy. No value proliferate, that's good. Well, we're talking about getting back our Epiphany, so let's play the land, and I'm just gonna do it now. Like, we could wait and do it in response or in reaction or whatever, but I want to get this Epiphany going right now. Find some more stuff. Find another weird to cast the Epiphany again. I'm kind of in gather underwear question mark profit mode, and we're in the underwear gathering / question mark phase of things. So that's a good draw. Can even keep a land if we wanted Outburst now. Have we played a land this turn? I think we have. So if we really felt like we needed the Outburst now, we could make that happen. But it means taking on lands that I really don't want to, so I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to be greedy. Oh, we played a land. Okay, thanks, Double D's. Could not remember. Can't remember 10 seconds ago. All right. Still pretty up against it here, but I don't know. Rouse Outburst. Yeah, I forgot we drew a land. I still don't know where it was taking us, but it's funny that we got what I wanted, which was Epiphany into Spellkeeper Weird into Spellkeeper Weird. I think we're going to have to figure out how to Outburst to take out that Ceratok, like Outburst and block with the Strix or something. They may instant... Oh, they've got this again. I was like, I could block here, but that would just be doom. If we don't block, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We go to 2 if we don't block, and then they just have Law Rune wins. So I think we need to chump the Nurturer. We could also make them do it. If we make them put it on the Pollen Bright. Well, we can do this. Let's do this and this. I think this is correct. Putting the weird at risk. But for the right reasons, I think. No escape and Rouse Outburst. Well, we're going to stick around. Now we're going to leave up our instance rather than go fetch the Epiphany again. But if we pass to our turn with 2 mana available, we'll probably go for the Epiphany again. Or maybe the Outburst if we cast it. Maybe an argument for taking out the Grizzly while we can. But again, I think we need to actually take out the Ceratok one way or another here. But yeah, this may just be too much with the double rune enforcer activation. Well, this gives us a chance. Unless they tap the Strix now, we can at least try and take out the big boy. And we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we go to 3, and then we're probably still dead, but I think this is the best chance we've got. These are killing us. Can't even take time off to kill them right now either. Oh yeah, he pumps, so maybe it's just, maybe I am taking out an Enforcer, or just the Grizzly. Basically means this was a bad block, because we should have blocked here. 3, yeah, let's do... Doesn't help us, so I guess we take the assault team. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it mattered too much. I don't think we were winning that one. All right, we finally took a loss. But it came after our 3rd win. I will take losses after my 3rd win all day, every day, till the end of time. That would be fine. All right. Hopefully we play 2 more. But let's start with 1 more. Ready? Ready! Okay. Seems good. Let's get Krenko going. Oppo mulliganing. Maybe they'll stumble early and Krenko will just put this away on turn 3. We can hope. We can also just play and see what happens. Yeah, we Krenko, so I'm just going to attack first. Get there, Krenko. They're pausing, so let's keep that in mind. What might it be? I'm still not good at all the instants here. There's the Hexproof Amass. Look at that torture. Ouch. Oh, man. Ouch. I'm gonna Narset since there's no pressure.
If you wish to say, I have just the trick for this.
Heartfire or Honor? Heartfire is not bad with the Krenko situation. But Heartfire is good with Tybalt. I think I will keep the Heartfire. Although we have extra land right now. Maybe the Pharaoh helps with that. Gives us a sack. I think I'll go with Heartfire. That's a close one, though. If we get totally lost, I will absolutely Krenko on top into sprint. Here we get Tybalt and have Heartfire and sprint available, so that's nice. And can't cast both, so might as well... Actually, hold on, what we should do... Sequencing Ryan. We Narset first.
Hone your prowess.
Hey, there's the Totally Lost. And that, in fact, changes my plan. Let's see what they do, though. It's possible we won't end up doing the Totally Lost play, but if they do offer no resistance or thing to stop a 4/4 Krenko, then I think we gotta try that. But I almost want them to do something, but just not have it be very good. So, yeah, this is kind of... They're not doing anything. Now I don't want to follow through on it. I'm not going to do it into all that open mana. It just feels like we're asking for it to do that. But we can Tybalt then, if they're not going to play into our board. The Totally Lost Krenko plays will still be available to us. Let's see, because it might be counters, in which case let's see it now. Yep. Upkeep stop. No, I don't want to do it on upkeep because I want to have all the mana available to recast and Samut when we do that. So just gonna send them in here. Is it? Maybe. Could be. I mean, there it seemed like they were just holding up no escape, so we'll find out soon enough. I expect to see a creature here. If not, then I'll wonder with you what's exactly up here. Could Heartfire away Narset to take out the weird before it can get back what? No escape? That's not that big a deal. It is now blocking part of our damage. We've been applying plenty of pressure here. But also, I think if we do that play, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we will have Heartfire and Totally Lost for next turn. So I'm going to pass to our turn, and then we can decide. Yeah, I like getting rid of the weird and keeping our attack going. Rager, we could sprint plus rate, like we go Rager. This is a 3/3 haste with 1 activation, so 5, 6, 7, 8 plus another here is 9. We can get him to 2. Let's just get him to 2. Why am I fancy play syndroming this? Oh, I won't have activation, that's true. I still like this, though. Let's stop worrying about totally losting Krenko and start worrying about just getting aggro here. And Manticore can be on top. That's a fine contribution to the aggro. Sharing bunk beds with the Manticore. Now we don't need... now the Skulker can be on top. Gotta chump the Rager. So still looking good here. Looks like it was plating that they'd been having in hand since the early turns where we noticed a pause. Could have been something else, I suppose, but it doesn't look like it. Effin' Ugin. I don't think you're in time, buddy. Thanks for letting us know about Ugin. Really appreciate that. Yes. Here's my Ugin. I scoop. Don't do that. Don't show your opponent your awesome Planeswalker and then scoop. Why didn't they stop me from bouncing the Skulker? Sorry, what did they have to prevent that? Oh, was that the hexproof? They had the hexproof thing at that point? Huh. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah. Weird. Misclick. Late thinking. Something like that. What do we want to do here? Blue-white. More up in the air. Didn't see much in the way of reasons to bring in Bolt Bend. We could bring in Catharsis for their Ugin. If we did that, what will we take out? Maybe this Invader again. Or maybe, again, Narset has been of differing levels of value, I think. I kind of want to take out Narset, actually. She's whiffed, and our density of Planeswalkers is such that they're not trivial to just deploy. So I think I'm going to do that. Maybe it's crazy to take out Narset, but I don't know. Yeah, finding the right balance of Planeswalkers in this format is an interesting question. Have too many and they just all get bad. Keep this, though. If they pass with nothing, that would be amazing. Nah, they found their own Strix. We'll go ahead and play Saheeli, though. And I'm gonna stay back and, I think Narset presents as female. But I frequently don't look too closely. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, darn it. Now we are not in great shape for protecting Saheeli, but maybe they'll play something, a creature pre-combat that we can no escape. That would change it. They have figured out not to do that. Although it is somewhat risky, we have open mana. I'm gonna say okay, though.
Oh, I'll craft something special for you.
Certainly that dialogue sounds feminine. Oh no, that's Narset, though. That's not Narset. That's a different Planeswalker. Okay, weird. Do we want to recur the Totally Lost? Is that useful here? We go Totally Lost. Yeah, that's actually pretty useful. Yeah, I'll keep that. And now we get to threaten to make another token. There's a lot we have with this going Totally Lost that we can pull off. Screams Trixie. I was gonna Totally Lost now and create a second token to block the battalion. I still am going to do that. Make them have it. See what they've got. And the plating is just like hexproof. Do we want to put the bird on as well, or are we okay with, hey, if they have a trick, we've traded 2 servo tokens for a trick, and that's okay as well? I think since Weird comes down and blocks this effectively, we'll see if these 2 tokens get it done. And if they don't, we have Weird. Yeah, so they had to use premium removal to stabilize there. And not only do we have Weird, we have just Manticore, which is even better. For the job at hand, at least, and we can send in the Strix. Intimidating card that I've not actually seen that much of. Yeah, I think we just play both of these. I guess we can send in the Manticore. Yeah, we can send in the Manticore. They're not blocking. we draw a land, we have Weird into Totally Lost, which could enable Krenko shenanigans. We'll see. Do we chump with the Strix? Or have Saheeli live to produce another token? Maybe she doesn't do that much at this point. I mean, I guess we would get one more 1/1 token out of the Totally Lost, but then again, we give up a Sky Strix to do it, so why would we give up a Sky Strix to get an extra 1/1 token? That's the question, because I guess we keep her around for another turn at that point. At least we get the but there's no even guarantee that we get a land for the Totally Lost play anyway. So I'm gonna let her go.
Innovation knows
Yeah,
no
hard
bounds.
event sums it up nicely. We're not even guaranteed a single activation, so let's not do that. We can protect Kasmina instead. If we play Kasmina, we're just self-looting. We might wait a turn until we have something that we might want to pitch. Like, basically, if we play Kasmina, we're playing a 1/1, or playing a 2/2, and is that worth it / good? I don't see how it is. But we could play her and leave her. Then we're just going to have to block with the Strix. I'm going to just... What have they got? They didn't play this, so they've got something going on over here. With 6 mana, they didn't bother replaying the Strix that we knew about. Maybe think they have a counterspell anyway. I'm going to just be patient here. I'm going to sit back. And we're going to get back Totally Lost if we need to. And also keep in mind that if they play something obscene, we can Spellkeeper Weird our counterspell and counter. But now I'm going to go for it. Get this back. See, if they don't play this Strix, it's got to be the counterspell. Alright, so they've got a counterspell, but it doesn't work on Totally Lost. And we can force them to have to deal with Krenko by Totally Losting the Angel on top here. Then we get a decent attack with Krenko. He makes 2 2/2s, or 2 1/1s, and that's kind of what we get out of him. And then he trades with a battalion, though. I think that's what's going on here, and that's what I'm going to do. Why not attack first? Because then we're putting them in a place where they get to block with Sunblade Angel. We don't want to... whether to attack first before casting a spell like Totally Lost is about whether or not you want blocks to happen before you do it. I wasn't expecting double blocks. We could have tried to blow them out, I suppose, but I guess the reason I did it is that I wouldn't have blocked, and so then I didn't presume they would. That was my thinking. I'm gonna go ahead and offer this again. Trade for a 3/2 or a trick. Yeah, I guess the Invader was better if I leave those tokens around, but I'm okay with that. I think that was fine. Now let's go Kasmina, see what we get. Stratic's not sure. I'm telling myself it was fine.
Hone your control.
Yeah. First strike. Still decent on this board. Everything is fine. Everything is fine! 1, 2, 3. Then if we get land, we get to cast both of these. I'm gonna ditch the land. I'm gonna be greedy. Spell greedy. Hey KPO, how goes? Coming just at us. That's interesting that they're not going after Kasmina. Huh. Doing good. We got our money back on this one already. Trying to find one more win to get some sheer profit going. Let's take another look at the top of our library. 6 versus 7. We can go. Actually, I like ditch the land, play Theater Strix and Invader, and prepare for a bigger attack next turn. Although I still think we have a Manticore attack here. Yeah, looks like we still have a Manticore attack, or at least a trade of a Manticore for a trick or something. So I'm going to do that. And then we'll set up for something we hope is alpha-ish next turn, especially if they take 4 like that. That's really good for us. We don't really have removal for the angel. We have, well, actually we do. We have Heartfire. We have weirds to get back our removal, to get totally lost. We have a weird that could get back like a totally lost. Bargain! Welcome back. Thank you for the 4-month sub. Raoul's, yeah, Raoul's Outburst is also there. Good point. Somehow I didn't catch that one when I was browsing my deck here. I guess they are getting decent lifelink back out of that, but still like us coming in for 11. We'll see. We'll see. It's a good combo of effects, abilities there. Let's draw some extra action, maybe? Alright. We don't get both of these, but we do have access now to get that totally lost back. So maybe what we do is just set up for that instead. Now they've got a blocker for the Manticore. Let's see. Let's start. If we play Assault Team and attack with everything, what happens? They block Angel on Assault Team, Stalker on Manticore, Strix on Strix, and we get through for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but they gain 3 back, so they're effectively... Yeah, I think we actually just play Spellkeeper Weird and work toward alphaing through Totally Lost, via Totally Lost, I mean. If we draw a land, we can try that next turn, but they're going to go to 14. And I do like that, yeah, well... Yeah, if we send in the Invader here, it's a good threat of activation. This has a threat of activation to be worth attacking with, I think. But I think that's the only one. If they call our bluff, what are we blocking with? Or what are we sacking? 2-2-2-2? Well, they trade. Like, if the First Strike wants to trade with First Strike, we're happy with that, right? So yeah, I'm willing to send in the Invader here. It may cost us a couple of tokens to take out something like a Stalker, but that's a bluff. That's a bluff call I can handle. And in fact, maybe even want to... Nah, I mean, we could sacrifice a 1 to get in an extra 2, basically. But we'll still get the 2 when we fire off that. So I'm not going to activate anything. Good to keep this Angel's life gain in check a little bit here. Try to set ourselves up for... Let's see. Oh wait, we're gonna stop and upkeep. Thing's annoying. When he attacks next turn, block with bird, then sack it before damage. Yeah, we could even do that now. That's not a bad point. Do we need to do that now? Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, we'll do that. I like it. If we have a land on top, I guess it doesn't matter. Why I don't even need to do this. Why am I doing it early? For some reason, I was thinking I had my head back in that Krenko play where we needed to do it there because we were doing our own thing, but we don't need to do that now. I don't know what I'm doing. We can actually look and see if we get a land. Okay, that might just be lethal-ish because we go we go attack with everything. They have 4 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. 3 get through. And we sack one of them to make the invader bigger, regardless, whatever Angel blocks. And then with 3 getting through, if it's our smallest stuff, we get through for 5, and then another 5. I think that does it. I think that does it. Let's find out. The math seemed to support this. Let's see if my math was correct. Yeah, plating would be bad. But we've committed now. We're gonna sure find out. They gotta put something on the invader, or the invader's practically lethal on its own. Unless they also have, like, an arrow or something. That's what I was expecting. And there's the 5 power we were expecting to get through with. Oh, good. Yes, Kazmina, I forget my own static abilities. So that makes me feel really safe. I mean, they can still do their hexproof thing, but at least they can't do arrow. One time. Get him. All right. I used up my one time, but we did get profit. Sweet. All right. We do get one more game. A little peckish, but I think I can manage. Let's just do this. This is why I've lost so much weight since I left Wizards. Partly, before I was streaming, I was doing a bunch of housework every day and work housework and work on the house. It was kind of like I was our family's moving company for months, and then now with streaming, I find myself eating because I'm just like I'm not snacking. I'm just locked in on play. We're gonna mulligan this though. Yeah, you ask for them constantly, but you have to acknowledge when you've used them up too. Haven't updated my spreadsheet this week, so it's a little out of date, but we'll get there. Been busy. Shocker. Like I'm the only one who's busy. I'm going to smoke them all we got them here. I don't like trying to keep up a counterspell all game. That seems worth keeping. Yeah, Totally Lost has been a key player. Ooh, that's great. Not good enough. Oh, and you got extra spicy, and you're going to let us just blow you out, huh? I'm down. I mean, wow, we didn't need to do anything. They just let us have that. Thanks, Oppo. We're going to go here now. Maybe they're just gonna get big on Sky Strix here and are counting on winning a race against Krenko? I guess they're racing. Well, yeah, we're down. Let's race. Krenko might eat an arrow here, but we'll have served well, and we could save him with Totally Lost if we wanted to. Yeah, we'll go with Ogre again. They may have the counter spell up. Seems like that's maybe what's going on here. But that'll bring him down to 1 card in hand with not... I mean, these Strixes could kill us next turn or not be good enough, you know? We could just leave Totally Lost up. I don't think they can get us for... we'll play this. If they go down to 1 card in hand to counter this, that's okay, that's fine. Like, worst case, they countered that, and then we're still in decent shape, I think. Alright, feels good. And another blue-white flyer, kind of Skies deck. We could bring in another Strix. Didn't really do anything bolt bendable that we saw in that short game. I think this might just be a run it back situation. They're not leaving a lot of defense. I mean, another assault team might actually be good with how they're playing it. Maybe over a no escape. Since we're on the draw. No, that's fine. Let's just run this back. Yeah. Prone to flood with 5 lands, but we have a 3 and a 4. Now we have a 6, so if we flood, at least we have a place to go with it. That sounds not particularly fair, Cincy. Losing to Enter the God Eternal's Dreadhorde Invasion, Bontu, and Nicol Bolas.
Mind and body, meditate and prepare.
Okay. Good to know, good to know. It's not going to matter here. We're just going to make an instigator.
My assistants are painfully sloppy.
Keep an open mind.
Yeah, 2 counters, proliferate. Or 2 counters unblockable. Also the put a +1/+1 counter and proliferate in green. If you like that. If you like green. So, drew a spell and then drawn nothing but land sense. That's not amazing, but... Also, we don't have attacks with Tybalt. We'll still make another... We got our 2 devils for 3 mana, so that's not the worst. Oh, sorry about that, Valhallis. You know it. go ahead and come at him, though. We care about Narset. We do draw cards in our deck, so we don't want Narset to pester us forever. But I'm going to let her be for now. Assault team probably eating an enchantment here, but it's still a creature. Yeah, there goes Narset back up. Maybe should have got her while I had the chance. Okay. That works too. Saheeli, not a great play on this board. But we can attack here. Still might even be correct to play her for the life gain distraction possibility. But I think we'll wait, play the Manticore, and then maybe we'll draw some stuff by the following turn to play Saheeli and actually get value out of her right away, which would make me feel better about doing that. Drake already is out of hand, and just going to get more so here. Almost certainly going to be a 2-spell turn where one of them is a proliferate spell, so I'm expecting the Drake to hit us for 6 at least. Oh, 7, right. Because of the Channeler. I forgot the Channeler. So, probably want to Epiphany to find one of our 2/2, one of our flyers, our Strixes. I don't think we have an out with Epiphany to actually do anything about the Drake, but maybe we'll also, like, ideally we find a Strix and a Totally Lost to manage the situation, which I think is better than a Masticore. We gotta give ourselves a chance. Rager is castable, but we are all in on finding something to manage the Drake. So if it doesn't help with the Drake, they're gone. Okay, Turret Ogre buys us a turn. If they don't have another big turn, like if they play 2 spells, one of which is a non-creature, then we lose. So we'll stay back here. Which makes you think we're going to die. They just need to play 2 spells, one of which isn't a creature, and we just straight up lose. One. You got it, Oppo. Just do it. I'll scoop. There it is. That seemed pretty reasonable, but I'm going to run this back. All right. Oh, wait, I didn't update the record. We're at 4-1 here. Trying to get our first 5 win, second 5 win of the format, but first 5 win in a while. We're happy with 4, though. I'm not complaining, just saying that's what we're trying to do. Trying to get there on this. And I think we can keep this with Rager into Instigator, try and find... Narset continues to be, I don't know, difficult, but we'll keep this. Blue, blue, blue? No, not yet. Love to see an island off the top here, even though we're gonna then cast Tybalt with it. Doesn't look like they're gonna help us today, but we do have an attack at least. We'll see what they do here, but we're quickly going to be approaching event horizon of no return if we don't get a blue source kind of right off the top. If they do nothing, that wouldn't hurt either. Okay, hey, they did nothing and we got the blue source, so it could be worse. Attack with Rager first. Might even consider the Sky Strix here as opposed to attack Instigator, which can be attacked down. Strix can be countered, but so can Instigator. Let's do Strix. A little better defense, and then if we draw land, we can Kasmina with some pretty good defense.
There's no accounting for luck. Maybe yours will hold. Perfection is unattainable, so...
Alright, I like it. We're gonna go Kasmina here.
War is coming. Not every day is a new lesson.
We may find blue soon, but it's not here right now. Is Narset later off of blue better than Instigator soon as a castable? I don't think we're necessarily going to be casting it soon. Probably be on Totally Lost or Manticore next turn. And I don't know... Are they stuck? No, we're on the place. We don't know if they're stuck. Yeah, Narset or Instigator is the question. I feel like Narset's going to get good eventually. But alright, I'll go with the crowd here. Get rid of that. And... no attacks. Tybalt can't do anything because of Dovin. Is Instigator better? I mean, that's a question mark. I think it's a great question mark. I don't know if Instigator's better. I mean, Narset finds value. It can, anyway.
But in ourselves.
Deep, Dovin. Now go away. So Thunder Drake is a little more manageable this time with Totally Lost available. We could leave up Totally Lost. Let's start with Kasmina, though. Shouldn't have played a land. Sorry about that. I forgot I had a loot to do. We can't cast Totally Lost. Is there something preventing us from? Oh, there. Dovin. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I was thinking Kasmina was the one with that. So given that, let's see. Saheeli. What does Saheeli end up doing for us? Maybe not that much here. Yeah, I'm not seeing much, right, Stratic? Like, Saheeli's normally very powerful, but I don't think she's powerful there for us, so... And I'm going to Epiphany here. Do we want one of those islands? Yeah, I think we want at least an island. We don't want the other one. Outburst looks great. Strix... We have a timeout, so I'm going to use that. Strix looks not great. I'm going to keep those two. And don't have good attacks. Ice wanted to attack into Dovin. What does that get us? We don't have Rager. Like, Rager was reduced by Dovin. And... the Strix wasn't a good attack. This probably means they have some removaling they want to do. That's my guess. But if they don't cast 2 things this turn, I'll be happy, because then we can try to get this outburst off on the Drake before it gets out of hand. Uh-oh. Here comes, draw a card, proliferate, huge Drake. Super annoying. For that to get to 3-4. Now we gotta do totally lost into outburst type stuff. I may just start with the Manticore though.
I find your attacks unoffensive.
Could also go round. I don't want to threaten. These flyers are threatening the Planeswalkers, which is why we keep discarding them. At 6, we can go Manticore, and then next turn have potentially law. Oh, we don't have a 2-drop. We have potentially these 2 though. We're at 19. Let's go ahead and play the Manticore. And now we can Strix Dovin. And I'll even offer this dude for the links.
A solid hit.
Got to remember about Dovin again. With I'm doing math on Ral casting, but I don't have 7 right now with Dovin. I have 8. Thus the 3, the adjusted casting cost. That screams plating, trying to make what? What are they doing with this? It can't get that big. Hey, Kotaro. Yeah, we could take Dovin out, that's true. Yeah, Divine Arrow plus this, that's a good call as well. And they seem to be... They've played the Strix ahead of time so that it represents a second spell to get the Drake bigger. Yeah, I like saying go ahead and... try taking out the Rager if you want, and then we can throw that point of damage around. Yeah, it looks like Divine Arrow. We're just trying to draw it out. It's fine. We could take out Dovin. We could just take out this. But yeah, let's get rid of Dovin. It give us more flexibility if we draw a land. Did not. However, we could honor ditching Tybalt and find another land for Outburst. Actually, we probably just need Totally Lost into Outburst next turn, right? I'm gonna do this. Nah, double D's. Time to totally lost the. Time to lose the Drake. I thought you said time to lose to the Drake. And I was like, we're not gonna lose to the Drake. We're gonna. Oh, I see what you said. Yes, yes. Time for that. You wanted me to lost main? No, I wanted to lose. I didn't want them to draw the Drake. We could have done the lost on their upkeep, but I liked waiting here. And I don't like trying to save that. So we resolve that. And we definitely want to let him start attacking in case they have thoughts. You mess up their combat math here. And we can go like this and like this, which I kind of like. Yeah, let's offer it all. And we did get our island. Which I could have done that. We want. I like this. Could even do potentially a Tybalt. Now we'll do this. I'll have to think about that one, Ice. Hey, look, you get extra Thunder Drake. Extra memes on the bounce. Ooh, I'll take all the outbursts, thank you. No escape seems fine. Keep tribal. What did you did not like my choice? Can't remember now. Yeah, no escape. I guess we leave this, then we have no... Let's just do a second weird and no escape for right now. And then the first weird can get the awesome removal spell if the no escape is not needed. Oh, sorry, yes, you get all the weird memes. We can go get it right now. They're out of cards. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around. I ain't messing around. We're outbursting. Sure. You like a Krenko? We could pitch this and go look for our Krenko combo. Let's do that. No combo. I'm gonna play the land and I'm actually not going to do anything because now we have Raoul's Outburst, so we can get back at the end of turn, or if we really need to, we can get back and cast No Escape in the face of something Oppo does here. And I'm just going to play it super tight, super conservative here, and leverage our huge card advantage by keeping up our ability to take care of bombs that might come our way. That's not that great. I mean, for them, like that's like a whatever. Not that we go and get something to counter it anyway, but I think we just go and get the outburst again. How can we lose if we cast a million outbursts? We could just get Epiphany, but like this is like 2 cards, one of which is a free removal spell. So yeah, let's just take this. Nine mana available. 11 cards left, so we do have to win as well. In fact, they know about this. Let's go Manticore. And then if they counter that, if they happen to have drawn their counter, then we have a sure Krenko. Too bad we didn't get to have fun with Krenko, but it's good when they have to use their removal there and we still get our 4/5 behind. And now I think I want to outburst the Screecher, but I don't think we need to do that before combat, right? So let's just send. Yeah, we don't even need to outburst, right? We just Ogre. Ogre and Strix. No. Ogre, Strix, and Tybalt. Beat this. There we go. Oh, could I have just killed him there? Was I no? I thought Outburst was creatures, so missing lethal. That's all right. It was just a bad manners win. We'll call it that. I totally knew what I was doing. I was just being rude. No, wait, I'd rather be wrong than rude. I was just made a mistake. Made a mistake on the way to 5 wins, though. All right, that's amazing. Been waiting for another 5 winner, and we got it on the free-to-play. Right as the resources were getting a little close to the bottom of the barrel. Oh, did I miss an anonymous donor? What happened? Oh, where's the anonymous cheerer, you mean? I don't know. I don't know about my cheers. Yeah, that was that one felt pretty good. There was a lot of tough decisions. There were definitely some places where I was roping out and flailing a bit, but we had lots of cool lines. I am liking the format. I mean, you're going to see me cranky, you're going to see me pouty, because there's just some cranky, pouty losses that you're going to experience in this format, I think. Here, let me go to soapbox mode as long as we're chatting. People can see chats and everything. And here, let me do this. There. No, that's not very readable either. That's best, I guess. Anyway, yeah, Blue-Red is very fun, has a lot of play to it. We did not face any... Maybe we faced like one, but like we were lucky. I've had trouble with Blue-Red when I faced just the curve-out green deck, frankly. The curve-out green decks can put a lot of pressure on the resources of Blue-Red to survive. But it's a fun deck to play. And let's claim the prize and open some packs. Yeah, funny.
You ready to throw down the gauntlet? I am.
Yeah, War should be quick draft tomorrow, and we'll start next week. We're gonna turn all this gold into gems. That's what's so exciting to me now. Like, we've made it. Yes, I have a lot. I don't know about 5 color, but base green black multicolor is something I've played many times. Yeah, I like it a lot.
What know you of dragons?
But yeah, it's great. Great that we have. We're back at 4K.
I'd like to ask about any lunar
And
anomalies
this
you have
is-
experienced.
This number is not going to go down for over a week at least, because even if we don't win tomorrow, we're going to start in on gold-based events, and so our gems are going to stay steady as we convert these into gems. So sweet.